Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. I'm a pharmacist here at MLK Health Center and Pharmacy with some tips for helping you take your medications safely and to make sure that you get the full benefit of those medications when you take them. It's also very important to take your medications as prescribed and do exactly what your doctor has recommended as far as taking your medication. So on your prescription label, it's going to tell you exactly how to take your medication, how many times a day, how many pills. And it's really important not to exceed the amount that they recommend. More is not always better, especially with medications. So the medication that you're prescribed has been prescribed specifically for you with a specific dose that is tailored to your medical conditions, to your weight, to your history, to make sure that we balance the benefit of those medications with side effects and prevent side effects. So never take more of a medication or less of a medication without asking your doctor or pharmacist to make sure that it's okay. So similarly, you should only take medications that are prescribed for you and specifically for you. So it may seem that your neighbor or friend has the same conditions as you, they're experiencing the same thing that you are, so it may seem okay to share medications. Maybe you ran out a little early because you forgot to call in your refill and you think, oh, I'll just take one of hers and we'll replenish it after I get mine refilled. It's really not a good idea to do that. We strongly recommend against that. Make sure that you refill your prescriptions early to make sure that you have enough and you don't run out of those medications, but never share medications with other people to make sure and keep everything safe. Also, it's very important to take a medication for the length of time that it is prescribed. So this is especially true with antibiotics. So antibiotics are usually prescribed for a specific infection for a short period of time, usually 1 to 2 weeks. And the thing with infections is if you have a sinus infection or an ear infection, you probably are going to start feeling better after a couple of days. But it's very important to finish that whole course of the medication to make sure that you fully eradicate the infection. So if that antibiotic is prescribed for 7 days, make sure you take it for the full 7 days, even if you start feeling better. If you don't, you could be at risk for that infection coming back and potentially being worse the second time around. So it's very important to take it for the full prescription that it's prescribed for. And finally, make sure that you keep any follow-up appointments with your physician. So if they've prescribed a new medication, especially, we've changed the dosing of your medication, make sure and come back when they ask you to make sure that we can check any labs that are necessary, make sure those medications are still working safely for you and you're not having any side effects. Also, at those follow-up appointments, it's very important to tell us if you are experiencing any side effects so that we can adjust those medications if needed. So if you feel like it's not helping you, or if you feel like it's making you sick, if you feel like your stomach is upset after taking the medication, tell us and we can see there may be some options either to change the dosage or change the medication in a way that will make it still work effectively for you, but without those side effects. Thanks for watching, and remember, we're always here to answer any questions or concerns you have. So please ask your pharmacist, ask your provider, and we're happy to help make sure that you can take your medications as safely as possible and get the full benefit of those medications.